Happy February 8th. You have Kevin Watts and Melissa here to walk you through a quick tutorial on how to help a new account get registered on our website. And this is mandatory. Anytime we have a new customer that we want to get set up in our system, they have to register online for an account. And we're going to walk you through that. If they are unable to do so, we have some reps, and we need all of you to do this if this is necessary, to register for them. All of this information pushes into our system and loads them so that they can now log in, they can see stock status, they can see pricing, and this is the process that we need for every new customer to go through. So in the top right corner, you'll see the account tab. If you already have an account, which you guys would, or many customers will, you'd go through the dealer login with the email and password associated with the account. But on this example, this is a new customer, so we're going to enter trade registration, register for a new account. And you'll enter your company details here. So Watts is going to type through kind of a dummy account, entering an account name, hopefully a website, their tax ID. Then you'll get down to a field asking for the sales tax exemption certificate. And this has to be filled. Whether it's a picture of your dog, whether it's a Word document, this cannot be left blank, and the file cannot be larger than 2 megabytes. So if you're having trouble with this and you need to skip this step, you've got to put something in there before you can proceed, or will not allow you to register. The next box is an application form if they're seeking terms. So if they want net 30-day terms, they can download the form, fill out their references, bank information, etc., and submit that to us. And then on the right-hand side, they select business type. Are they a retail store? Is it design office? So we're going to click design office in this case, and then we want to hear just how you found us. Is it through word of mouth? Is it from the sales rep? Is it from a social media campaign? And then have you placed an order with Woodbridge before? Likely no. So they hit next. And now, please note, you can't go back. If you realize, oh, I said I was a design office, but I probably am more retail, you cannot go back and change that. So to get that corrected, you would either need to email Wendy after you complete the registration and say, hey, we registered as design office, but we're really more retail. It could be you misspelled a word, but you cannot change anything. The only other option you have is to abort the registration and start it completely over. So then we add in contact information, then billing information, billing and shipping. So you'll key in wherever the office is based. All of our invoices are emailed, but we just need an address on file, kind of a main address for billing. And then on shipping, it can be same as billing if they are in one facility, or it could be an offsite receiver that they use, but we want them under shipping to key in the default or the primary ship to address that they'll use. That doesn't mean they have to use them every time. We check every PO that comes in on shipping location to make sure, but it just sets up a default. And then once that's filled in, there are 2 sort of slider tabs at the bottom. 1, they can join our mailing list, which we hope they will. And then 2, I have read the terms and conditions, which they must turn to on or to agree to go forward, and then click register in the bottom right corner. So here, that's how you register. It's a pretty quick 5 to 10 minute process. You should be able to help walk them through this. If you're working with a customer, you can do it on site with you standing over their shoulder, but this is the only way to get a new account set up and registered in our system. We need this information. It's important for us to be able to work efficiently within our office and also with you guys. Right now, through 39 days, this is the 39th day of the year, we have 44 new accounts already opened in 2022, and there are 93 pending in Wendy's inbox that we need to work through, and that requires an effort on your behalf to help us get these accounts set up in our system, or if we determine we're not ready to work with them for whatever reason, we already have a trade showroom in this market, or we're not expanding our distribution, we want to clean them out, delete that registration, but we want you to have a conversation with them about this. We've had cases where the rep will say, hey, Haley or Wendy, can you just tell the rep no and go buy it here? Or you tell them no, or we need you to do that. You're the local representation of Woodbridge. You should know these people, even if they're not a direct account, and where to refer them to. We want this to be done in a phone call rather than an email. We think you can let them down easy if we're not moving forward with them, and in a polite, professional manner, and then hopefully guide them and encourage them to either a retail store with an outside designer program or a trade showroom that is nearby where they can buy the product. So we don't want to offend them to the point that they don't want to use Woodbridge anymore because they got a rude email or we didn't follow up with them on their registration. So those are steps that need to be taken. The other thing we're having is a lot of registrants that are not really who we want to align with as a new customer. So some examples would include they have an Amazon store that they're wanting to turn on and sell Woodbridge products on. Well, we're not interested in doing that. Or they may be a designer, but they've retired, or they're doing this on the side, or they want to buy one piece for themselves and they try to register to work their way through the system. We see things like a bank email address on the registration or an insurance office. And if they do find a way to kind of backdoor a sales tax exemption certificate, it might be, their husband's business or a hardware store. I mean, we've seen some pretty interesting registrations, and we need to look at all of these and then follow up with a phone call to find out where they're located, what their business plan looks like, what other lines they carry, do they come to High Point, are they full-time? Do they work from home? Because our customer list has gotten cluttered with sort of one-off and businesses that we probably never should have opened to begin with. And we're working through cleaning that up. But the best thing we can do right now is to sort of stop setting them up in the first place and making sure that we're following our procedures to open them up as a new account. We want you to follow up from these email registrations within 24 to 48 hours. We think it's best that you do that with a phone call so you can have an interactive conversation with them and you can explain to them how Woodbridge works as well. If it's just an email or a quick, yeah, sure, go ahead, approve them. We've been getting a lot of that. And sometimes you may know them, and so that's an easy answer. But a lot of times the rep is just saying, yes, go for it, without giving any deeper thought or consideration to who that customer is. And we want to know more about who they are to make sure they're valid, to make sure they're legitimate, and to also make sure you have an opportunity to tell them about Woodbridge. An email won't allow you to really do that very well. So then they'll understand you don't just interchange any finish among pieces. They'll understand what custom paint looks like and how COM works and understand the things that are specific to us so they're not frustrated with the experience, and then we can truly open up a new customer and go forward in a positive way with them.
All right. And finally, as Kevin mentioned, I would just say, we want the experience with our customers to be a good one, obviously. And this, we believe, is a very valuable tool for them doing business as well as you helping them do business. So we look forward to your help in this and appreciate all that you do. And we'll use this video tool for more tutorials as we go forward. Also, we can offer one-on-one training. Any one of us are happy to help you with this so that it isn't a burden to you. It's an easy process, and as you saw, it's a pretty quick process. All right, thanks.